Okay, can you tell me the story about the neighbor that came on the train?
Oh, you must be talking about the Jenkins family.
Yeah,
Yes.
they moved in.
Yes, they moved into next door to the house where I grew up in, and they had come all the way from the West Coast. The woman and the two children, the
For
little boy in diapers and a little girl about 8 years old.
because the husband had come separately, or he hadn't arrived yet.
He couldn't come at the same time that they did, and I don't know the reason for that. He was being transferred from one job to another, so he didn't arrive until in a couple of more days. But my mother went next door to welcome in the new neighbors,
Right.
and she was at the back door, and she saw it hadn't been locked, the screen. She was able to open it, and she saw this pile of diapers that needed to be washed. And so she opened the door and went in, and then in the bedroom she saw that Leona was asleep, and her girl, the young daughter, about 8 years old, was in bed with her asleep, and the baby that was in diapers was tied with a bed sheet to the bed so he couldn't crawl off any place.
Gosh.
Because evidently you could see, mother could tell, this woman is exhausted, and she's got a pile of soiled diapers to wake up to, and she's gonna, she's already got something wrong. Maybe that just the trip was so long.
I thought the baby was sick. It had diarrhea.
It was perhaps something like that all three of them had. Yeah, you're right.
They were ill.
It wasn't just the trip. Yeah, you're right. I'd forgotten that. And so mother just took those diapers home with her. Didn't have a washing machine, but she boiled them in a big pot on the stove, hung them on the line to dry. She came in, the house folded them up neatly, and stacked them back on.
Wait, how do you wash things in a boiled pot?
Well, it's a huge pot, but the one that she used to boil the fruit jars in, a really big pot. So she boiled them
And then you have to wring them out, right, by hand?
Yeah, I mean, she did.
She had a wringer.
No, she didn't have a washer or a dryer, so she just had a.
But I mean the hand wringer where you put them through to squeeze them out.
She didn't have any kind of a wringer. She had to just use her hands.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And she folded them, and they dried on the line. She took them back next door. They were still all asleep, and she just stacked them by the back door where she had found the soiled ones. So when Leona said when she got up, she was telling us later, she said, when I got up and I saw those clean diapers, I thought, what they were telling me about Texas friendliness. Yes. they were really just got her off to a very good start, and her husband then was transferred and arrived in a few days. But they were very close friends after this, and Mr. Jenkins was working for the government. He was a psychologist, a psychiatrist, I mean. Yeah, there's a difference. He was a psychiatrist, and he worked with the servicemen who had been shell-shocked or needed, help. And there was a big campus at that time in Fort Worth, Texas, where these people would stay and be. The doctors were at the campus, and then the patients were there too in an area. So the doctor started working. there, and his whole family was transferred then to the campus where there was room for doctor's quarters. And but they were just really close to Mother. Even when he was transferred and they moved someplace, they always kept up with her, and they joined our same church that we were going to, a Methodist church, and Leona Jenkins she sang in the choir, and they were just great neighbors, even while they were waiting for a house or a space apartment on the campus. They would still come back, and Mother just loved the little boy. He was so cute. And he couldn't say Marshall, so he called her Marshy. And she made a stuffed rabbit for him, and just she was somebody who really reached out to help people. Mm-hmm. And there aren't many people who would have done that, really.
I can't think of anybody. Even with an automatic washing machine and dryer, it would be kind of probably they wouldn't even go in the door in the first place if they no one answered the door. But
that's true. But she saw the situation right away, mm-hmm. and sympathized with her. She knew what it was like. They have kids, and
well, yeah, you wouldn't be mad at someone for just coming in your house if they washed all your dirty diapers.
No. I think I would sleep a little bit longer.
Yeah, what a fantastic neighbor to have.
Yeah, it's one of the stories that it's hard to believe, really, but I was there and I saw it. So
how old were you about?
I was about 10, and I can remember that because the little girl, the Jenkins girl, was just about 2 years difference in our ages. Mm-hmm. She's a little bit younger than I was.
So you had a playmate?
Yes, and I had not had one in the neighborhood for a long time because there just weren't any little girls. But when they did get the family, apartment on the campus, they invited me over to spend the night, and it was really fun. It was.
Mother dear, I'm writing you from somewhere in France, hoping this finds you well. Sergeant says I'm doing fine, a soldier and a half. Here's a song that we'll all sing, it'll make you laugh. We're gonna hang out the washing on the Siegfried line. Have you any dirty washing, Mother dear? We're gonna hang out the washing on the Siegfried line.
And Dr. Jenkins, one day, he came to our back door for something, I don't know, and Mother had this program turned on. I don't know what it was, but something music, and she was dancing around the kitchen to the music. And so she was sort of embarrassed when she saw Dr. Jenkins at the back door, She said, I'm sorry, I was just warming up to make lunch, And he said, listen, you're doing the right thing. That's what people should be doing, dancing. So, yeah, I think Raymond and I were traveling along the West Coast, and we stopped to see the Jenkins family. He had retired by that time, and was living in San Francisco. I don't know. Anyway, he asked us, said, do you think your mom can come out to visit us? And I said, well, I don't know. She just doesn't travel well right now. She's not able to, but I know that friendship was very important both ways. And she had a lot of friends that she made just because she was so giving, I think. And she would see a need and she'd do something about it.
Yeah. Wearing a great big smile. Everybody's got to keep their spirit up today. If you want to keep in swing, here's a song to sing. We're going to hang out the washing on the Z3 line. Have you any dirty washing, Mother dear? We're going to hang out the washing on the Z3 line. Why? Because the washing day is here. Now, whether the weather may be wet or fine, well, we'll just rub along without a care. We're going to hang out the washing on the Z3 line. Well, if the Z3 line's still there.